Oh, hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's Jason from G Style Magazine. I'm back. It's been a little while since I've been here. Been kind of just enjoying the vacation and Thanksgiving holiday break, and I'm still kind of in wind down mode as we are getting into that holiday break. But I did want to come on today and talk about the Google Chromecast with Google TV. You've seen this in a previous video of mine where I kind of walked through the setup and kind of gave my first thoughts on it. And if you want to see that video, you can kind of check the link above, and I'll link it there, and as well as put it in the description. But today I want to talk about why I kind of went from this Roku, and in my home I've pretty much been using the Roku Ultra for all of my TVs. So why did I go from the Roku Ultra to the Google Chromecast with Google TV? At this point, I'm pretty much gotten rid of all of my Roku Ultra devices and swapped over all of my TVs to the Google Chromecast with Google TV. But you might be wondering, why did I do this? Well, honestly, there's only really two major reasons why I switched over to the Chromecast. So, hey, let's talk about it today. So one of the main reasons why I switched over to the Google Chromecast with Google TV is honestly because of the new Google TV UI. As you can see behind me on the screen, grab the remote here. I just kind of like this UI much better than the Roku. I mean, the Roku is great. It's good for what it is. Ever since I cut the cord and went to streaming, I've been using the Roku devices in my home. I went from the little streaming sticks, some small, the HD ones, and then I switched to all Ultra devices, and that's been great. I mean, I think I've used it for about a good year and a half, or maybe 2 years before, I was content. I was fine with it, and then Google came and released the Chromecast. And I've had a Chromecast in various forms. I've had the Chromecast when it first came out, so the Chromecast was nothing new to me. I mean, it was great. I love casting items from my phone to the TV, and using a Chromecast when it first came out was $35. That has been phenomenal. But the one thing that kind of always lacked with the Chromecast is sometimes I just don't really want to have to grab my phone to put media on the TV, and then that's kind of where the Google TV UI came into it, and I tell you, I kind of love it. Now the UI itself is pretty simple, but it uses Google's algorithm and recommendations to kind of find content that you might want to see, as opposed to the Roku, where I have to kind of first go into the box of the app I want to watch, be it Netflix, YouTube TV, CW app, whatever it is. I have to kind of first go into it and then look for content to watch. Whereas with the Google Chromecast with Google TV, kind of surfaces up that content and puts it on the main screen. And that was really nice because now I don't really so much have to go into an app first to find out what I want to watch. I can kind of go straight to the content from the screen, from the main screen, so I can find something I want to watch. I can see a recommendation, because the more I use it, the more Google kind of learns what I like to watch, and then it puts that front and center. And the recommendations have been learning, but so far been pretty spot on. I watch a lot of sci-fi stuff, so it always finds good sci-fi, whether from Marvel, Disney, wherever it is. So I find that content, and then I can just click into it and watch it right from the screen. So it just makes finding things I want to watch so much easier, that I don't really gotta go through the profiles. But yeah, I can really find that content I want to watch without digging through the apps first. I can find something I want to watch and then throw it on. And then I do like the fact that it has Google's search built in. So let me see, what do I want to search for? Okay. Play Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It'll, on the screen, it'll look for it. Show me some YouTube videos or other content, and I can kind of watch it from there. And not only can I use this search to bring up content, I can use it to also control things on my home. So, if I didn't want to say the phrase, I can use this. I just press the button, turn off Office Nano. That's the light behind me, so boom, turn that off. Right from my TV, turn on Office Nano. That should kick back on. So I can kind of control my house while I'm watching TV and do certain things, all from the Google UI. So that right there was something that Chromecast with Google TV had over the Roku, and I've been loving using that. I cannot lie. So pretty much the UI has got the UI for Google Chromecast with Google TV pretty much trumps the Roku. So I just, after using it on one TV just to kind of test it out when I was doing that setup video that I mentioned earlier, after using that, I kind of just liked the way it worked well over the Roku, that I kind of wanted to keep using it, not just for the TV I was testing on, actually the projector I was using in this office at the time, but I wanted to use it in the rest of my houses as well, because I just love the way it brought out recommendations. But that was reason number one. Now reason number two why I switched from the Roku to the Google Chromecast is based on Chromecast itself. So we all know Chromecast, we all know how it works. Apps that you use, Netflix, Disney Plus, it has a little Chromecast app, icon in the app. You click on it, you choose a TV that you want to play it on, and then it does the rest, brings up a Chromecast and does it. Now that's great, and I like that experience, but the one pain point I always kind of had with that is that for TVs that had Chromecast built in, it was always kind of a separate input, or even if you had a Chromecast dongle, that was a separate input on your TV. So yes, I could Chromecast something up to the TV and cast it, and it would change my input to go to the Chromecast, or also the built-in Chromecast for the TV that you're using, and then display your content. Great. But then once I stopped casting, if I wanted to go back to, say, that Roku, I had to switch the input manually back to that input. First world problems, yes, I know, but still annoying. Because sometimes, let's say you're watching TV, you're watching a show, and you're enjoying it, and then someone says, hey, I want to show you something real quick on my phone, and they have that option to cast it to the TV. So yeah, you can pause your show, you can cast it up, or you cast it from your phone. It switches the inputs. You're now watching that thing. Once you're done, you stop casting. It doesn't bring you back to what you was watching. You gotta grab the remote, switch it back, and then continue on. Again, first world problems, and yes, I know I'm complaining about something that seems small, but I really like seamless and fluid entertainment when I'm watching it. So with the Google Chromecast with Google TV being that Roku replacement, being kind of that only input that I'm using on my TV, it makes this so much more seamless and fluid that it just, okay, let's see if I can show you an example. All right, so I'm gonna grab my phone here. I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm gonna bring up something on YouTube from my phone. I'm just gonna bring up where the first video is, so don't judge me. I'm not sure what's gonna pop up. Okay, Giant Earth from the What If channel. All right, let's bring it up. So I'm gonna Chromecast it to. I don't know what it's called. Actually, I'm lying. Office Chromecast. Boom, got the content. disconnect. Actually, I screwed myself because I forgot what I named this Chromecast, so I actually did switch the input from Chromecast to the built-in TV one, so I'm gonna have to switch that back. Let's press play on that. And there we go. I'm casting the content to the TV on my Chromecast with Google TV. So letting that play. Oh, I want to show you this thing about the sun, or what if Earth was as big as the sun. And then I'm gonna stop casting. So I'm gonna hit disconnect here. Now when I disconnect, that brought me right to the Chromecast again. So what this does means I can be watching a show, I can pause it, I can cast right here, it goes to that, goes right back, and I'm already in the screen I need to be. No need to switch inputs, no need to go run and grab the remote, switch back to the manually to the input that you was on for the content you're watching. Since all the content you are watching is right here on this Chromecast, it's seamless. I go right back to this and I'm done. Now, again, I keep repeating first world problems, but I did say I was going to tell you 2 reasons why I moved from the Roku device, which is a great device. I highly recommend it, but for me, I switched to the Chromecast. Of course, there's other perks like, the Google search and being able to remotely control my smart home through the remote as well. The cost of this, which is last time I checked, it's going for $49.99. I'll put the correct price here if I'm wrong, but for $49.99, this is a incredibly small device that comes with a Chromecast dongle, a remote. That's all you need. You can watch all the content that you need. You can stay seamless between casting the old school way and watching content, and you get an excellent UI that brings forth the content in front of you, so you can find the content you want to watch first. Then it goes into whatever app that content is playing on. So you don't have to go in the reverse way where you have to go choose an app, then find content. You just see the content, and then whatever app is playing on, it just goes to it. So those are my 2 reasons why I like the Google Chromecast with Google TV. I really hate that name. That is well too long of a name. I mean, I don't want to run around going, yeah, I picked up the Google Chromecast with Google TV every time I say that. I kind of just got used to calling it Google TV. Much easier to remember. Google, you might want to work on the branding of that name, shrink it a little bit, make it a little bit more roll off the tongue. Just my opinion. But like I said, I've now got these Google Chromecast with Google TV, or Google TV for short to me. I've switched it to my family room, my master bedroom, my home office, pretty much everywhere I use a TV now. This is what I'm using. I've been using it now for, let's say, 3-4 months? When did it come out? I forget. But I'm not disappointed with it. I enjoy it. A few little quirks here and there, but otherwise a great experience. So if you're looking for a streaming device to use with your TV, get a Chromecast. If you're in the Google ecosystem, this is just a natural fit and another step in that seamless ecosystem that you can create. My home is primarily Google with Nest and Google stuff throughout the whole house. So this just fits in now as far as my entertainment. But that's my opinions. Let me know what you think. Are you interested in the Google Chromecast for Google TV? Do you use something else? Be sure to let me know in the comments, and if you're interested in picking one up, I'll be sure to just look for a link and put it in the description below. So until next time, this is Jason Anson from G Style Magazine. Hope you guys are enjoying your end of the year, holidays, some time off. It's been a rough year, so gotta find those small little pockets of joy when we can. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.